And according to her, as I said this morning, the young man left the cell because the police received instructions from somebody above to release him. So something seemed a little wrong with the justice system because the young lady, it was advised following this morning's program that she should seek a lawyer. Well, she did respond and she said, Matt, I have tried, but please understand I'm a single mother with expense and I cannot afford a lawyer. I did say this morning, if this situation continues, because you never know, we've seen some serious events as a result of abuse of women. Just last year or year before, a lady was brutally murdered in the Mount Prosper area, and maybe a few days after or before that, another young lady was killed in Goodwill, or by the time she got to the hospital. A young doctor, yes, from the territory, she died because of abuse. So I'm saying, police officers, let's try to deal and, of course, bring some sanity to this process of abuse to women. And when they make reports to you, please take them seriously. I might be forced to call names. I'm just giving it a few days. A lot of people have been calling me, saying, who's that? I know. You're curious mind, huh? Curious minds want to know. Well, I'm giving the police the chance to make it right. So let's see what happens in the next few days, and we will see. Or I'll start calling some names. There's some good police officers. There's some bad ones too, But please try to rectify the situation. I'll let the lady rest in peace. In the right way, Leave her alone. Leave her alone. That's what I mean. On that note, for the past few months, we've been entertaining a couple from the Wharton Waven area who said, after several tries, they have not received any information with the authorities on a land dispute. We've been saying over and over, let's not let the situation get to the issue we had in Soufriere about 2 years ago, where a couple was murdered, allegedly murdered. And the alleged murderers are still waiting for their day in court. So for the time, let's say it's because they have not been proven guilty, the case is before the court. But again, let me feature for a few minutes. This couple from Wharton Waven, they've been back and they've been knocking my doors for several weeks, several days now, because they don't feel satisfied that they're being dealt with in the right way. Let's say good afternoon to, of course, the couple from Wharton Waven. What part of Wharton Waven is it?
Uh,
Savan.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Savan.
Well, you've been here a few occasions, and I was under the impression that this situation has been resolved. Where are we now?
Matt, for years. After 4 years, just by coming by you twice, we fought total. But honestly, Matt, no. At the point of time right now, Matt, what is wrong with this juridic system in Dominica? How could officers come at my home for a report, a false report,
Mm-hmm.
silence our dogs, and then you asking my husband to come out with a cutlass?
You say silence your dog.
Yeah, the dogs were silent. Obviously, you put them to
They
sleep.
never backed the night.
They never
Two of
backed.
them, none of them
Never backed.
And it's dog that anybody close.
Anybody in the
Especially
village can tell
anyone
it
in
to
front of
you.
the house,
Them dog dead is back a lot.
that doesn't play. That do have friend.
That dog dead doesn't play.
You can
No
come in there
fault.
every day. That wouldn't get the
But
best of me.
we are the owners. We get backed after when we stay out too long.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody else that is a strain that is going back after.
So
And nighttime, Matt. Nighttime, no lights. Why will the dogs back? Why? No, but that officer, when we make report, tell my husband come with a cutlass. Okay, why? You're an officer, you're asking my husband to come with a cutlass? We asking what is happening. Why all you doing is that? No answers. But that same officer, Matt, that same officer, he came down. But where we working, where we just have a whole little king just selling, Matt. My husband, my daughter, and I were there getting ready. Just so, ready, taking like, let's make a little move. Time to go home. He appear and have the guts, Matt. All you okay? My husband say, no. How can we be okay when it's a corrupt police like you dealing with our situation? He laugh and he go. No, we leave that alone, man. But my husband keep talking, just like we just talk on the radio. No names, nothing. He came back, Matt, and went and talked to a neighboring colleague of mine that's selling also on the side of me.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to know is her family. Okay, farewell. You can see your family. Nobody's stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is talking. Now, I realized to a point of time, it makes no sense. Baby, stop. When he heard those words, he came up. Oh, I hear all you talking. Let me ask all your question. Are you talking about dog wasn't backing and we was there whole night? That's one you confirm that we were not lying you, that you stayed in our yard whole night. And witnesses heard it too. Continue. Oh, we stayed there whole night and all your dog was backing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, our dog wasn't backing. My daughter jumped out and tell him, so you lying. I said, okay, look it. We lying as the adults. So the children and then we teach them the same. Okay, yeah, parents can't teach your children to lie, but get real. In a situation like that against police, why would I make my children go to that? And I risk losing them. You understand me? I cannot do such a thing to my children with the hate I have in my heart. After 5 births, I wicked that too much myself? No. So my daughter told him that you're lying. Loud and clear, you're lying. Those dogs didn't back, especially the black one. And she maintained that to him. Oh, shut up if I arrest for you. We was like, but officer, you came to us. We didn't approach you.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't call your name. We didn't say anything to aim at you. You felt offended when my husband said we have a baby of 2 years old and them man doing that. And when I told him to cool out, you came and approached us. No, you want to arrest? Go ahead. What you want to arrest me for? Tell me. You want to arrest all 3 of us? Go ahead. But for what?
But the question is at this time, you said a few months. What is the solution you're looking for? What is the answers you're looking for?
Boy, what is the answer, Matt?
Because
honestly,
apparently the authorities, your complaints have been falling on deaf ears.
Well, today I guess it will not. Because today, here's the problem that we didn't realize was happening, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
We went to London survey, but they never gave us answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We went to the court. It's not them. Police is not them. It seems to me lawyer either cannot do help us. We set on our own. We ask answers. We don't get answers. Okay. We sit down and calculate. Then when we figure out, land, Matt, you know what? Nobody knew that land was existing. He knew before his grandmother. But it's like, okay, the owner of the land died. But her relative, not children only, but relatives, didn't know about the land was their own. Nobody. None.
But you said you have the papers.
Yes.
So
That
you
is
can
on the
find
dead
the
people's
person
name.
still.
It's on the dead relative's name. When we get it, that's what we see.
Because the problem is they try to buy that land, man, and they never get to. Because nobody couldn't really sign off to them, man.
Because they don't know who to go to.
So they see it like, nobody can own it, well, we can take it.
And that's the worst
And to me, that is
because
what
they
I
have
see in there,
a
because
dam,
they
as
have
we tell you up there.
You understand?
On
So
the
government
family land.
already on it. And so it seems to me easy for us to take it, so I see in it. But now I come there and leave, my father bring me there, my father mother, that is my grandmother we're talking about. Now I on it, I seems to be an obstacle because they cannot get to do what they want now. So it's like, see, they are already organized to try and thief the land. And I couldn't tell you why I say that. I am an obstacle. You have to get rid of the obstacle for you to get what you want. So I see myself right now, me and my family.
How much land
Now
are we talking about
listen,
here?
10 acres and a half.
10.5 acres, something like that.
In between
Now
two
why I
rivers.
say that? The neighbor, now listen to me. I'm not a man of the law, dear law. But remember, I go out there and learn about laws. My family have their land since in the 70s. Her family come there, I don't know. But as far as I understand from Land and Survey, 2011 or somewhere there, she bought her land. Now listen to me, Matt. If you bought your land 2011, in them times, we have the new boundary, the pole, the iron. Now, while I dear Matt, when that trouble just started for the road, you know what happened? A government surveyor come and block the road because there I was entering. Put a boundary there. Now, I myself, I don't know. Matt, when I catch myself, the man put the woman pole in the boundary that was there already on my family. Stick it in it. So I go into Land and Survey and ask them. They tell me it doesn't work like that. So who do that? Nobody can answer me. So now it seems to me now, seeing how they do that one, or they was digging the 4 points of her yard before all they put the boundary. So the same thing what they do there, it seems to me, or they do the whole 4 corners. So which means to say, I don't understand what that really happened in there.
Have you presented the plan of your land to
Not everything, Matt. Now listen to me, so much I present it. I get a copy of her plan.
Matt,
Say
that's
where
the
she
tricky
be there
one.
is hers.
That's
You
the
understand?
tricky
That is where
one.
the problem be.
That's the
But
biggest
where
problem.
she be there? Where behind of her, where I am is government land. Now me go into government asking them if they have land there.
No.
So who make that paper for you? What that really happen in there?
Get a lawyer.
Now remember, you tell me the law on your side, police can't do nothing. And I seen it. I seen it with all that math. Tell me what is that? Tell me you, what you seen that happen in there?
Something's wrong.
So now who is the government?
Who is the government? Because that's the question we want to ask today.
Government? Because I call
Who is the head of the government?
Who is the head of the government?
Who is government that is behind of her? That the
who is the leader of the country, Matt?
Don't know, Matt.
Because it marks land of government of Commonwealth of Dominica.
Where that is we are in Dominica, right, Matt?
Who is the leader? Okay. The leader I want you to
Matt,
answer.
who is the government, Matt? Please, I'd like to
Who is
understand that. Who is government?
That is what I want to know now, because look at my life with my baby. My baby and my 3 other
2 years old.
Matt, 2 years, Matt.
Matt, 2 years.
Matt, for 4 years I take that, Matt.
And we don't say nothing, Matt.
Matt, I stay cool. Matt, I can't stay cool again.
My child.
Destroy me and my family and all the evil thing. Yet I telling all you outside there, I know what all you doing. All you did in evil, I know it is the highest degree of evil. Leave me alone with my family, please. Just leave me live cool. Do what all you have to do for me to get peace, so we can live cool. And I'm only talking.
And do the right thing. That's what JJ said.
I'm talking for everybody that in them situation, because look at
what you're telling us about the woman, man.
A single parent. Matt, just look at it, man.
No, man.
When they finish,
all you need to
they're telling us, government for that, they're saying make children. Who going to protect them children, Matt? Tell me.
They want me to send my children to school, Matt. If nobody protecting them at home, Matt, who protecting them in the school? When I call it out on the police and them to do their job, they're doing it. Matt, I'm calling now on that same government that is we and the land we living on. Come and face us, Matt. We on government land. That's what her papers say. And they say they don't have land behind us. So the government, it seems to be, is a name of a person or something, I don't know.
The person, the head of the
come to us.
To step forward, you know.
Come to us and give us the explanation.
Everything have a head. I go to the head of Land and Survey. He tell me, look that. I go to the head of the police. He don't want to hear me. I go to a lawyer. Up to now, we can't do nothing for
4 months.
Just imagine, Matt. Last month, the 20th, the 16th of October, I had a case with that same lady. The same case, I take it to myself. What did you want to do for me?
Magistrate that tell me, go to you if I don't like what she doing.
No, you know what happened? You get the court empty.
Nobody
Not
there.
one person, not even magistrate, to assist my case.
And
Now
as
they
far
give
as
me
you
another
understanding,
another date for the 20th
that
of this
magistrate not
month.
there.
So you think they're trying to frustrate you?
But
that
God,
they try,
come
man.
in, man.
But tell
to
them that
ask
yeah,
the
you know.
question.
You see that man up there? You see him? I can't see him because of your ceiling, but when I go outside, I can see him.
He that have
Who
a
don't
standing
looking
there
for him
today,
wouldn't
Matt.
see him, but you see that man,
He.
boy. I
So
am.
tell the government,
warning all
whoever
you
is the
boys,
government, stop
Stop.
and face us. Give us
Stop and do the
explanation
right thing.
and do the right thing.
You see all that
the
evil
law,
all you
the
doing?
law, Matt, is to protect
You
us.
see all that
The
evil all you
police supposed to
doing?
serve
All you try
and
to
protect.
sacrifice me and my family.
Who's serving and protect us, Matt? Me
Stop.
and my children.
You see how
He's a
long?
man, but me and my children. Me and my children, man, who protecting us up there?
All you don't
No
go
light.
and wake me up into anger to go and do crime, you know. So if that all you try and change all your mind, yeah, I tell you all you. You see that man there, he have to give all you a beating for me for what all you make me face. And don't take it for joke. You see that man up there, respect him.
Because Matt,
I look for him and I find him, Matt. And he did that have me there. You see for that 4 years.
And
You
Matt,
see
the
for that 4
27th
years,
of
Matt.
July, we're not going to forget the 27th of July.
Talking much.
Police come at our home
Boy.
saying D and Joseph made a report saying I threatened and called her child bugger.
We never
Matt,
had
we didn't have no talk. Matt, no talk whatsoever. Matt, I was calling on
My
my
brother,
creator,
citizen like all you
reading my
yourself.
stamps. That's what the police say. Pray. So
As
when I
far-
do it, nobody become a problem.
As far as I can see the government in organized crime with citizens that I see in their way. Because if she doing all that and all this suit way, you know, what happening? What happening? She don't have no baby, have a baby. Why all you can't defend me? Why all you cannot protect
when she
me?
call, all you come. Why us?
So where you guys are passing right now? Because you're
What are you
On the
asking?
same road,
The
Damascus
same
Road,
Damascus
which they
Road.
tell us.
We have to solve that
We
road
have
problem.
to solve that road
So
problem.
that is
And
what
now
I want
listen,
them.
Matt.
Oh, one at a time. Yes, go ahead.
Listen, Matt. They tell us we have to find a solution for that road problem. We can pass on the road. They don't have a problem with that. They didn't even knew, but now we make them know what happening.
Ah.
So they tell us we can pass on the road, but we have to solve that road problem. Now listen, Matt. 4 years now, my husband cleaning Dawasco Road. And Dawasco have a maintenance man, a caretaker. Every time my husband clean the front, he go higher up and finish it. Okay.
Like, is he that do it?
But is he that
But
do
when
it?
you see where I clean, it's not totally different from where he clean. Eh?
And now, Matt, since we decide, I tell my husband, you know what? We cannot yampe, but road dirty in.
I got
4
the
years
Gandhi
now.
last time.
Branch court. Road, stop cleaning it. It's not our road, they tell us. They tell us it's not our road. Now, Matt, people come in and they find rubbish in the road, Matt. All kind of a rubbish.
But,
I want to ask the question again. What do you think? I'm asking you. Look in the mirror. What is the solution for you guys to be peaceful? What do you want?
the government to find the solution.
Well, the
you know,
government
protection. Do what
Do
you have to
what
do.
he have to do, Matt.
The
He knows
people
what.
need
Don't ask me that
protection.
question.
Do ask, Matt.
They that say that they ruling, Matt, not me.
Yeah,
I am just
I
a
never
simple
say I'm a ruler.
citizen, as they call us, uneducated fool. But that uneducated fool today is calling on all you to not to act like her and do the work. Do all you work. 4 children, a 2-year-old. That's not right, Matt.
So you feel very frustrated.
Matt, I'm not frustrated.
Frustrated.
Matt, I'm not frustrated.
They have no idea, man.
Matt, I am angry at that situation, Matt. Matt, I am angry because there is children involved, Matt. And too many times, them things happen with the people talking and saying anything. And they're telling you to shut up every time. Only afraid the government kill
Not
you.
so much
Only
that.
afraid. But Matt, if only threatening me to kill me, why should I be afraid? Die talking instead. Somebody will hear. Somebody will hear out there. So Matt, as I tell you, unless we don't get solution, you can put off your phone, you can put off your phone, you can lock the door, you can even shut down Q95. I coming back there, Matt.
As all time
Lives we don't get satisfaction because we took it for 4 years, Matt. We stayed silent. We did nothing. We went to the police over and over. They said made reports. And when you say made reports, say you want court action. Matt,
up to now.
no court action hasn't been taken for me up to today.
So what's the level of police in terms of you're speaking to an inspector?
Corruption.
But everybody, Corporal
all of
Henry,
them.
Jam, what is his name?
Down to magistrate and all the corruption.
Magistrate. We talk to everybody and it's the same answers.
The whole government is
We
corrupt,
cannot help
as
you.
far as I can see.
People in
The
the
whole
neighborhood where we
system
live
is
in,
corrupt.
how we can solve that problem, we don't know.
Matt, I have another problem again, you know. We Dominicans, isn't it our country?
Of course, it's yours.
Don't we have right in our country? Shouldn't we have more right than foreigners in our country?
Of course.
Now, I have one problem, don't take me wrong. Now, as you can see, I'm a Rasta man, I smoking marijuana. How can a police tell me, don't smoke in the public, but foreigners smoking and blowing marijuana smoke in my face? In my country. You might right for me in my country. Foreigners are more right than me in my country, man. Let's be real.
But from what I gather, you have a right to smoke, but not in your domain, within your private space. But to blow smoke in the public may be a problem.
But
No, we doesn't do that.
the law is for everybody. When foreigners come in, tell them don't smoke
Do the
in
same
the public too.
They
Don't tell me that I'm
down
not
with their picture and everybody says
Don't tell me that, man.
Everybody sees.
Matt, you cannot have more right than me in my country. I
That's
think that you,
possible.
how many years
And
and I
they
couldn't
tell
do
me to
what
go
I
back
want.
in my country and
I had to
talk for
follow
my
the
life.
laws. I couldn't just do what I want in their country. Don't come and do what they want and I can't do it. What they was doing in their country, that I had to follow and do.
And
What
they
I
will not
cannot
make
do in my
nobody
country,
take
don't
food
do
on
it
us.
neither. You
In a,
understand what I'm
in a
telling you?
situation like that,
That is me
over
right
there,
now.
it will have been solved
There
already.
is no respect
But now when
for
we
your
saying
own
that,
citizens. You're just showing your citizens they don't have no say whatsoever in your country. I hear in, for instance, when you go to school, them Chinese maltreating them workers and they can't say nothing. What is that about? In our own country, we don't have right. So what is all the next step? What is all the plan for us?
underpayment.
What is all you
Well,
plan
yes,
for all
but
the
with
citizens?
that situation, somebody need to talk about
Me
it
say all
because
you need
all
to
that
wake
is
up, me
operating on the
say.
people back.
Stop making them man do what they want to
All
all
that
do.
we need to
All
stop.
you put them there. Take them out by any means.
It's a democratic country. Don't they
My
know
brother,
that?
independent. You already know
And
what is
independent.
independent?
Don't they know that? We're supposed to feed our
Digest
own
the word
selves. I
and
knew
think
a
about
Dominica
it.
better than that. Not leaded by evil. Maybe it was starting, but I didn't knew that. But today, I see with my own eyes
Man,
the
the
evil
whole
in
system
everyone's
corrupt and
eyes.
evil. Yeah, I tell you, that whole system working on the beast, the devil, and you see the people that under it, you already don't wake up, or you merely.
All right, we're going to end up on that note. I'm hoping that the authorities, as you said, will intervene and do something for you guys, huh? Thank you very much. Have a good day.
On them. On uniting them. Because you need to talk about that question. We're talking about the things that happen in the country now.
Okay, brother. We'll do that. We'll do that. Take care. Take care. A very frustrated couple there. Hoping that the authorities bring peace.
Just me Goldwyn in Roseau again. Same place outside Flossie's. I tried to dock in, but you had time see me. Well, story start again. Million, lot of my power we got now. Sagapella. I said the same thing you doing, shopping at Flossie's. And you don't have to tell me the same thing you tell me last time because I busy. It's to hear him way. You reckon? About my pocket boy. I won't tell you that I save money in food and drinks when I buy quantity. I save more. Oh, shucks, man. Well, when you're still telling me, I know already. To pack a spetting way. But it could even pepper palais. I will tell all my friends from London, US and Dominica to come to Flossie's. Right next to the Rosa Market. Open Sunday to Saturday. Flossie's can do it to you.
The New India Insurance Company has reopened its doors in Portsmouth, offering the same great services you get in Roseau. Motor vehicle insurance, home and business owners, fire and related perils, public liability, and so much more. Come, visit us today for insurance with a personal touch on Bay Street, Portsmouth, or call us at 445-4023. We are ready to serve you.
Food, check. Water, at least 1 gallon a day. Flashlights. Batteries, chargers, you bet. Don't forget the stuff that matters most. Meds, IDs, cash, comfort items, and yes, lots of snacks. This hurricane tip is brought to you by East Trading Limited. We are making a difference for you.
What you're looking for is at the best price. What you're looking for is at the
Best price. Everything is nice, and oh, you will love the price. Convenient and easy, make shopping breezy.
luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with
King Best Price open daily all week with home store decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medication, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at Best Price.
You're looking for is at Value
I should say that everybody is waiting to hear what may transpire, and the question that maybe all Dominicans are asking: when will this happen? And it's the reality is that President Trump is yet to make a decision. I'm sure they're weighing their options, but what we are hearing is that there are two options.
Center shoppers, we have exciting news. Your favorite home improvement destination just got a major upgrade. Get ready to experience the all-new Do It Center online store. Fresh look, same great products, and super user-friendly. Find what you're looking for in a snap. Need assistance? We've got you covered. Connect with our live chat agents for real-time assistance. But that's not all. Introducing the convenience of seamless online payments with reliable delivery service straight to your door. Shopping for quality products has never been this easy. Don't miss out. Visit store.doitcenterdominica.com and experience the new era of our online shopping. Do It Center, your partner in home improvement.
We're here in the afternoon, 25 to the hour of 2. Sorry for the delay here. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Hey, Matt.
How are you doing, my brother? How are you?
I'm not, I am okay. Not what's in my mind. I got much money is garbage. Not this morning, financial area in front of the credit union at the back of the public convenience. Not, it's appalling. Not the amount of garbage that's in that area, besides what you see in these two green bins that collapse with garbage. At the back of that, in the wave breakers on the shoreline, the seashore, all stuff, just stove, washing machine, ironing board, garbage. No, my brother, that we need to do something about that. Community of service does that. It means that nobody in that area did clean up because what I'm seeing there has been sitting there for a long time.
So you're saying just in front of the credit union there, where they pick up the garbage?
Yes, right there. The waste breakers at the back of the wall there. Too much garbage there. That needs to be addressed. I heard you said you saw the garbage truck in your area. What day it was? I thought something needs to be done about that garbage in that place. People need to stand up against that. That's unacceptable. Have a good day.
All right, thank you very much. 449-309-596. Somebody's commenting here. Let me see what this comment is about. Yes. As it relates to this young lady who made a report about a former boyfriend being placed in a cell and hours later released, somebody said, man, tell the young lady privately to seek help from close family members how to plan going forward. The situation is very disturbing. Well, no, somebody's asking me about the minimum wage. I know it will be take effect in terms of December 1, but no numbers just yet. No numbers just yet, okay? So I'm not able to tell you if I don't have the information. What the Prime Minister did promise that effective December 1, just before the Christmas, you will receive your package. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Matt, I have said it before. If a political party controlling the government cannot take out your garbage, they need to go. You simply do not vote for the broomstick that they send there. People have to understand that. You cannot take out our garbage. We want somebody else as our pal.
Well, you have to check your phone. Something is wrong there. I don't know what the situation is, but you just got cut off there. It was not my fault, okay? Hello, talk to me, yes?
Matt, I'm asking a question. I need that the question, man.
Ask the question.
Do you still believe they have to take care of Roseau? Where is the money they get to take care of Roseau? What is happening?
Well, they say it's coming down. It's coming down. It's been processed.
Oh, it's still on the road.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, my God.
You don't believe in Lucille?
No, never.
All right.
Thank you.
I guess we'll see in due time. 139. Yes?
Yeah, man.
How are
On
you?
the minimum wage, you forget after the budget, he said it will be 1st of October. We said that's a dream feel. Just fooling people. Going on lying like Satan. It's like Satan. That's what's happening. I wish him that be good, but Mr. Stadia will finish. We'll finish that. About me too.
Well, he said October 1. He said they had to make some arrangements there. They've been talking. They were not satisfied. What was proposed. They were trying to make it higher, increase it. So maybe you'll get an idea as to what the minimum wage will be December 1. Somebody said the situation with the couple there in Watton Waven is another Zone Rouge operation episode. Please break it down for me. Hello, 140, yes? We have the social...
Good afternoon to you, and how are you this afternoon?
Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you?
Matt, I'm there holding on. But I've been listening, but I just want to make a few
comments really,
Mm-hmm.
especially in connection with this confirmation thing that's going on, this confirmation process. No, but when during the thing, they had the consultation, a lot of talk was said about disenfranchising people to vote. You remember that was the talk of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do everything to encourage people to vote, right?
Yep.
Now that you have confirmation going on, why try to disenfranchise local Dominicans to vote? And what I'm saying that because I asked you some time ago to ask the chief election officer question. I never know if you never got the chance to tell her why a passport that is not expired cannot use to reconfirm, and you're telling me it's invalid. How it is invalid and it has not been expired? Who invalid the passport? No, but I can understand if I have to travel with the passport because of the readable thing they have, you cannot use the passport. But to come and confirm, I haven't got to travel to go and vote. I haven't got to travel. So why you are telling me the passport is to identify me? When I identify myself, you are still taking my photograph and telling me I cannot use a passport that is not expired. If I don't take him sense, I mean, that's smart. What I think they went to school on certain days. I went to school on holidays, man. Why you are telling me I have to go and get a new passport? I have no plans to travel. I still have 2 years to go on my present passport. All you need is for it to identify me. I'm telling you, look, that is me. The passport you issued me so many years ago is still valid. That is one, man. The other thing, man, is about that birth certificate thing. You need a birth certificate to get a passport, and you are telling me not to use a birth certificate to confirm when it was there from the beginning. When you drafted the law, it was there, and all of a sudden, free of the commissioners. So I don't know if you went to sleep and just have a dream and say you can use it again, and you are not disenfranchising people when you do those things. But what are you doing? You're encouraging people.
I understand your frustration, but yes, the opposition parties has to get on the ball and ensure that this happens. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Yes.
Mark, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Yes, Bosso. Yes.
Yes. On the minimum wage issue, I heard you mention that they said come December.
Well, they said October. Then I heard the Prime Minister saying that they were not happy with what was recommended, so they looked across the region and try to get an average, as to what should be presented to the people. So I suspect they got an average now, and they're coming back December 1 to present it. Let's see if that happens.
So one thing is, when you increase the minimum wage, the employers, people who are employing people, have to be informed early enough.
Right.
They can adjust that in the payment to their staff.
That's the point.
Right. So you can't just come in December and see the minimum wage is $10, and the employer who employ people goes hearing that for the first time. So there has to be a discussion. When you receive whatever you receive from wherever you receive it, you have to have a discussion. And after the discussion, you can say based on the agreement on what you have received, then it will take effect that date. But you can't just come and say, come December 1st, and you haven't got a figure. I just find these guys don't know what they're doing. You just run like you're in a kite pool, Thank you, man.
Thank you very much. Somebody's making a point as it relates to the Point Michelle. Maybe the Village Council should take some flack for that. Or the Point Michelle Community or Development Committee. What hurts me the most is that for Community Day of Service, nothing was done, and they were the first to jump up on the road for Fetla Point. So clean up your village at the point, and then you jump up. So whoever the authorities are within the Point Michelle structure, please ensure or talk to your power rep or your chairperson to see if we can get this problem rectified with this white goods. Somebody reported just a while ago. It's floating around. Hello, 145.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Good afternoon to you.
I need to ask a question. Come on, you know they say we have to bring a witness.
Yes.
The witness is so what, no matter.
The witness.
What I'm saying, if I go with my ID or whatever, my passport, my whatever I have. I'm in front of you. My picture is on the whatever ID I have. I am there. What the witness is for what? I'm confused. The witness is to do what? Matt, find out for me chief elections officer. Or Matt, you know what the witness is for?
I think they say you
Well,
need
find out from her for me because
you need to
every time I look
you
at
need to
your
get somebody from
constitution.
your constituency, if it will, or your voting area to
Yeah, what I have
to
to go and
confirm
vote in
to
constituency to say I am what? I am who I am.
to confirm is you.
If what? I'm the person.
That's you're the person. Yes.
Well, Matt, that is stupidness. Find out from her what I'm saying, Matt. I'm in front of you. Understand, Matt?
Yes.
I have my passport or my driver's license or social security. My picture is on that. I am in front of you there. What I have to go and look somewhere for witness? I don't know who voting or who voting. I have to go and look for. That's so much problem for us. I'm a senior citizen. I have to go and look for a person. Matt, call her for me and find out for me, please, Matt.
Yes,
Every time I listen to that confirmation thing, I have a problem as it's getting worse. I'm in front of you. What I go and look for witness for again?
All right. I'll try my very best. See if we can get the chief election officer. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Matt, I cannot really understand my friend Elizabeth White talking that nonsense. The witness is witnessing you signing a statutory form. That's what the witness does. Is the witness is witnessing you, that you sign. So if you has to go to court, you say, yes, I witnessed Clarence Christian signing the form. This is what it is for.
Was that hold on, Clarence. Was that in place before, though? Was that in place before?
Did we have confirmation before?
I'm saying, was that in place before?
No, but you sign in a form, a confirmation form that is me. The witness is signing for you to witness that I see you sign the form. A person see you signing the form. That's what we signing for.
So you don't think the ID is enough proof of that?
That is the law. Like I didn't know what is ID. And Matt,
yes,
you're hearing things about birth certificate. Let me give you an example, Matt.
I'm listening to
you. Just wait for me a patient.
Okay.
I have an uncle who was living in Maho, in Jimmy.
Right.
Yeah, somewhere down there in the Maho constituency. He passed away just about a year or two ago. His name is still on the voters list.
Okay.
Right? For Kenfield. I think it's Kenfield, yeah, in so somewhere down there, Maho constituency. His name is still on the voters list.
Okay.
He is dead, he cannot come to confirm. So when he don't confirm, because he is dead, his name will be taken off the voters list. But listen to the scenario. I, Clarence Christian, who is voting in Pishneh, because he is from Pishneh, but living in the Maho constituency, I go and get a photograph of myself. I get the birth certificate of my uncle. I go to Maho, right? And I say I am Maurice Slater, and I got confirmed as Maurice Slater using a photograph because I can get a notary public or somebody to sign me as Maurice Slater.
Are you listening to yourself, Clarence? Are you really listening to yourself? Or what are you trying to say? So there's not a death certificate to say that this guy is dead?
So who knows he's dead, but do you know what he
knows? Who knows he's dead, but we have a death certificate, Clarence. What are you talking about? Everybody knows he's dead because you have a death certificate. And of course, I don't know. Sometimes you don't think before you speak, Clarence? There's a death certificate. Who knows he's dead? Sometimes, I don't like to say it, but you have to think of what we say before we say what we say. $150. Hello, talk to me. I was trying to wonder where he's going with that one. Hello, yes. Huh?
Matt.
Yes.
So your picture would be lying then. Your picture cannot say you. And I think the Greek man is still looking for the query. Bye-bye.
Oh, boy. Every time you come on the radio, Clarence, And I always want to facilitate you, you know. This is why we have death certificates. So you're saying that people who dead can't say they're dead? Will not. You don't have proof to say they're dead? I don't know. Looking for excuses there when we have already agreed that we would, of course, use the death certificate or the birth certificates. Now you jumping around like foul without, I don't know. Come on, man. Come on. Don't make yourself sound like a fool. Hello, talk to me. Yes?
That should be for people that just go in and register, not people that register how many years already.
I mean, come on, man.
That is not the same.
Hello, talk to me. Yes? Uh-huh.
Matt,
Yes.
me again. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I work with Clarence Christian. Clarence Christian, my friend. Clarence Christian do not talk nonsense for me. I did not eat my school fees. Every time we're trying to get an explanation, something on something, he's jumping up. As I say to my friend, tell him I didn't eat my school fees. All I am saying, Matt, you are there. Your picture is there. I'm in front of you. Why I have to come, Matt, you have to come and sign. It's me that's there, no, Matt. Matt, you don't understand what I'm saying?
Well, he's saying you need somebody to sign his statutory declaration. That's what he's saying.
The what declaration?
The statutory declaration to say
So
that,
what that declaration saying?
that you are the person who signed that document.
But Matt, I am there, Matt. I am there in front of you. If I say I'm Jane Brown, look, Jane, my passport saying Jane Brown. And I mean, you see in the picture, when I have got a person, go and look all about for a person that in the constituency is me. I don't know who's signing in that constituency. Tell Clarence Christian for me as well. When you see people asking for information on not, he like to jump up. I didn't eat my school fees. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. It's 1:52 in the afternoon. This is the Talk on the Block. Hello, talk to me, yes.
Talk on the block. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon to Jabawi, Dominica. Matt, you see all you president, Dominica make a big mistake when they allow that lady to be president, man. President supposed to be head of state, not head of labor, not head of workers, not head of freedom, but head of Dominica. She's supposed to be the custodian of the constitution. And she is a lawbreaker. And it's Bob Marley, Leroy Shillingford saying, that president is a lawbreaker, and I'll tell you why. She used to be in the public service, and she used to break the law by going on political platform, which public servants are forbidden to do. She used to campaign as a public servant, and you turn around by rewarding her to be the head of our constitution. What do you expect? The Electoral Commission, she's supposed to be in charge of that matter. You know what I mean? And all that corruption and shit, and that Coco Macaque. You see that lady there, she have a lot to do with it, man, together with Duncan Stowe and all of them. And to me, that is really bad, because if you violating the law, we cannot put you as custodian of the law. That doesn't make sense, man. And Dominica allowing a lot of, instead of standing up and stopping it, when the horse pull the stable, that is when they're crying. You understand? There has to be more proactive. They cannot be reacting to everything Russell and its corrupt regime doing. That's when they want to respond. Man, you know who I like to listen to on your program, on your talk show?
Who's that?
Mervyn John Baptist, man. Because he's right on point. It's the people that are allowing. If people stand up and say no, and you see the supporters of the United Workers Party, which I am one of them, we have to blame ourselves too. Because United Workers Party have almost 15, 16, 17,000 people. And when they call them out, man, you cannot even get 10,000 to come out. going to get a promotion or the $300 they're going to give me, I'm going to lose it. Man, all that is Zabu Zagai.
All right, caller. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know, boy. I really don't know. Someone says, Mitt, please allow Clarence to speak because he just told the world how corrupt the system is. Who knows if he's dead? So he got to admit to register his uncle in one community, and then let's take a picture on that birth certificate. Huh? I don't know. Come on. We have over 3 minutes, and we have to wrap it up in a minute because we're going to talk to the Dominica Social Security. Are you there, caller? Yes?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, you're back.
Let me tell Bob Marley, this is a president they put there. They say he's a president for just church and funeral, and that is all.
All right, caller, let's see if we can take another phone call here. I'll take a voice note quickly, yes?
Clarence Christian, so you get a photograph, but you still have to have photograph ID. You still have to have photograph ID of the person. So how? And so you're gonna implicate somebody. You're gonna get a false witness. Yeah? You're gonna get a false witness to bring there with you. All that you're gonna do. Matt, it makes no sense. That's just a burden on the person trying to apply to reconfirm. That's just a burden. Makes no sense.
It's 1:59. We do expect the Social Security in a few minutes. Hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-huh.
Matt, why Pretty Boy Floyd doesn't let people speak for their rights in that country, no? The Pretty Boy Floyd have his work to do. He have a radio station here. He can talk and say what he wants. Let people vent their frustration. There they see it is. We're not going to call the radio station on the other side to say what we have to say. He always jumping, not account to deal, if not deal with your account. You in what they call him up there by the Chinese. Deal with your accounts and give people a break. Let people say what they like. You're not working in the electoral office. Let the people in the electoral office call and tell people what they have to do, what they have got to do. Why you so edge up? Give people a break, my Pretty Boy Floyd. Bye-bye.
All right, good afternoon to you. You know, I just keep, he's a colleague. I won't say he's a colleague, and we're respectable. I'm just saying, be very, very careful sometimes when you call the radio. And, I have said it for many, many years, it's better to be thought of as a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. We still are waiting on our friends from the Social Security. So when they come in, we'll, of course, entertain them. But in the meantime, we're taking more phone calls. Yes, let's do this.
Matt, you see, the next time Clarence is speaking, let him speak, because he's telling you how they does the crookery that they do, man. Let the man speak and just listen, because you see sometimes people, they follow, man. Let him speak. Don't tell him if he sound how he sound. Make a comment later because what he's just telling you is how they've been doing. And here's a man with an uncle that live somewhere in Dominica and he don't self know his Maho, his Campbell, it's everywhere. He don't know where his uncle live in Little Dominica. Boy, something wrong with that guy. And let them speak because sometimes all you have to do is listen and give them pertinent questions that they will deeply and tell on themselves. That's what he's telling you right now. I'm listening, my brother.
So according to Clarence Christian, according to no one is doing your job at the electoral or the job in the public service. If somebody is dead, of course, you have the list of persons who are dead. Why should somebody else come and register on his name, even your Pichler, from Pichler or Grand Bay? You should have the record every. Everybody who's dead. Hello, talk to me, yes?
So Matt, now you're saying that people cannot vote because all you were saying that everything that people were voting.
Well, Clarence, and you know what? Let me just. But you basically confirming that you were encouraging dead people to vote. That's the point I'm trying to make to you. You just prove the point. You just confirm that, and don't say anybody else said. You said that. Why is it so difficult to get the electoral office to liaise with the registry to get the list of the dead people names? The electoral office to then remove these names from the voters list. So why are these names still on the list? The more you speak, the more you put yourself in problem, bro. Let's see if we can get a voice note, and of course, we will. Let's listen. Yes, sir.
Matt,
Yes.
for the lady who asked what is the witness for, tell her please, like all other Dominicans who partake in this confirmation process, that even if you're right there before them and you present the proof that this is you, you are not confirmed. This is simply an application for confirmation. So you have to ensure at a later date that your name was in fact put on that list and that you were in fact confirmed after you left the premises.
We're still awaiting our guests, so we'll take more phone calls. Somebody says, Matt, if they want people to come out, all they have to say is jump up on the streets of Road. Well, Dominicans react for sure, for sure.
Matt, my brother, what Clarence is saying is that himself and the powers that be and the head of the commission and so on, they do not trust the notary public. They do not trust the justice of the peace. They do not trust these officials who have been put in place to do this specific job. They do not trust that which they certify. You understand what I'm saying? So he's saying you can take a photo and you can go to the justice of the peace and get it signed saying that this was you. But no, this justice of the peace may be lying. But look at this now. Remember, as I just said to you a while ago, it has been told to us that when you go before the representatives of the Electoral Commission and you present your photo ID, you present your proof that this is you, and you sign whatever documentation to that effect. Remember, folks, it is not confirmation. In their mind, you are not yet confirmed. It is the start of a process, the start of an application for confirmation. And they then take your name, take your proof of ID, etc., to wherever they take it, and they vet it. And if they vet it in your favor and they decide that yes, you are in fact proving that this is in fact you, at a later date, your name will be confirmed and then put onto a list. Not
We're going to come back, Dominica. Of course, our guests, I suspect, may be here at this point. We're going to take a quick break. And we'll come back.
Favorite store, dial it now. 612-1253. That's Mega. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Calabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it at Mega Deals. Your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Deals is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
Cause I'm on my way. KFC delivery is here. Just place your order at www.kfcdominica.com, Facebook or WhatsApp at 614-2633 and your order will be delivered to you. KFC, it's good. Cause I'm on my way.
I should say that everybody is waiting to hear what may transpire and the question that maybe all Dominic has asked.
So let me see, Mark. Mark away.
Eh bien, Issam a crédit ou pas qu'à bien. Ouais, millinette là, même côté à moi là.
Là, il est tout clair. Ek ma te away.
Ça veut dire ou besoin aller optifam vitement avant zio vin plus mauvais.
Dis-moi, Mark. Pis pa jodi mwen ni problem epis de mwen.
Eh ben, c'est Optifam qui ni pli mais docteur Zé en pays. A part de ça, Optifam j'attivé en chay l'argent à sous frame linet. Et qui ni pli belle frame linet qui en style.
Tout ça, eh ben, mwen kay check pressure mwen avant, e ka pwe nay Optifam.
Non à tout fi. Allez là même. Puisque yo ka check pressure zéro, examiner zéro pour licence chauffeur, check pour pisadou, et yo ka jik manager maladie die glaucoma et puis cataracte.
Bon, ki kote Optifam ye?
Optifam at 223 Great Marlborough Street, 2 Point Queens, Amwazoo. Telephone 440-8486. Eh bien, 285-8676.
Bon Dieu, merci oui, pour Optifam. Yo se limo yon pour occupation zero.
Treat yourself, your family, or a loved one to a comprehensive eye examination at Optifarm Eye Center to check for 20/20 vision. Also inquire about our telemedicine services, filling of external eyeglasses prescriptions, and specials on eyewear.
Also opened is A Medic Urgent Care and Telemedicine Center, offering specialized and general health care. Call 612-1328 or come in for your appointment. You could also visit our new location.
Mouvement Créole à Secure. Tout le monde créole pour attention. Comité pour études créole Dominique. Et puis Radio QFM qui présenté. Mouvement Créole. Tous les mardis soirs entre 6 après-midi. Information, blague, interview, histoire, proverbe, discussion, reportage, apprendre parler et puis écrit créole. Lien avec ton peuple créole. Bon musique créole. Mouvement Créole. À nous faire un rendez-vous, messieurs, mesdames. Tous les mardis soirs, QFM qui est frappé avec bon parole créole. Sans ça participer, qui est nous rapidement Timamaïla. Mouvement créole à seconde station QFM. Watchez avec nous tous les mardis soirs 6h pour Mouvement créole. Matchez ça.
Secure your family. Register with Social Security. Make sure your employers pay, cause some of them do pay. Make sure they pay your Social Security. Secure your age pension when you're old. Invalidity pension when health has left you cold. Survivor's pension secure for your spouse and your children. Life and health are unpredictable. Don't take risks. You can't afford to gamble. Secure yourself with Social Security. Social Security. It put you know. Secure yourself, secure your family. Register with Social Security. Make sure your employers pay, cause some of them do pay. Make sure they pay your Social Security. Secure your age pension when you're old. Invalidity pension when health has left you cold. Survivor's pension secure for your spouse and your children. Life and health are unpredictable. Don't take risks. You can't afford to gamble. Secure yourself with Social Security. Social Security. It put you know.
All right, Dominic, over here. We always welcome the Social Security and its team. Talking to us here, say, for the next 45 minutes. And the subject this afternoon there, testing the DSS promise. And you'll hear from the beneficiaries, I'm sure. So let me, by way of introduction, say good afternoon to Mr. Etienne. How are you doing, sir?
Good afternoon, Mr. Pelty. Good afternoon to the listeners of Q95.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to be here. I'm doing well, thank you.
And of course, introduce your colleague at this time.
Yes, I have with me
Or
Mrs.
allow her to introduce herself. All right, as
What
you
you
wish.
What you prefer. I can introduce her. We have Mrs. Kamasha Lloyd, who is the Marketing and Communication Officer at DSS.
Mhm.
And we have with us so far one of our beneficiaries is going to speak of how it's tasted the Social Security Promise.
Tasted.
How it's tasted and how it's enjoying the Social Security Promise. So, Lufa, very well-known personality.
Okay.
We know him as a teacher who taught our students preparing them for common entrance, and he continues to teach even after he's retired. He still continues to engage in educating our children. And we're expecting another gentleman who is, so Mr. Lufa is receiving age pension, the pension that you receive when you attain the pensionable age. And the other gentleman who is joining us is receiving invalidity benefit.
Okay.
He's not yet pensionable, but he's suffering from a condition that makes it impossible for him to work. And we also had a young lady who was supposed to connect with us who is receiving disability benefit, but she just sent a message saying she regrets not being able to connect because something came up that she has to attend to right away.
Okay.
But she was ready and willing to go. We will probably be able to use her on a future program on one of the other radio stations.
Okay, so let's of course, so let's talk about the benefits before we introduce Mr. Luther. I know he's eager to talk. I know him very well. So let's talk about some of the benefits that we expect to get at some time in our lives.
So you know that Social Security is a national insurance program that provides income protection to contributors and their dependents. So while you're working and you're earning, a percentage of your salary is deducted and paid into Social Security on your behalf, and that is done as long as you're working, as often as you work, so that when at some future date your earning ability is disrupted, affected by certain contingencies, the loss, but we like to say risk or situations that can befall you and affect your ability to earn your salary, the system will replace for you part of the salary you cannot receive because you're in that particular situation at that point in time. So we collect contributions from you as you work and earn, and when you cannot work and earn for whatever reason, you get a benefit. So we have benefits that are available in the short term as we are at work right now. Sickness benefits. So you're at work and the festivities just ended and you caught the flu and then you cannot go to work for 2 weeks. You will not be able to access your full salary for the month, or for the 2 weeks that you are unwell, you will not get paid your full salary because if you don't go to work, you don't expect to get paid. The system will replace for you 60% of your salary for the period you are sick, and your employer will pay you 40%. So, relatively speaking, whether you're well or you're sick, you will still come out with 100% of your pay for the period. It can be difficult to understand because you're sick for a few days in a month and your monthly pay, it might be difficult for you to understand how that works. But we have the formula and everything. We count the actual number of days in the period of incapacity that the doctor will specify in your medical that I have seen you today and you are not able to function from today to a date next week. And we'll count the number of days from today to the end date next week and see how many benefit days there are and pay you 60% of your pay for those number of days that you seek.
Okay.
We also have maternity benefit that's available to a woman who is at work but is pregnant and has to abstain from work at some point to have the baby and to spend some time healing, bonding, and nursing the baby thereafter. She will not be able to access her salary for the 12-week period that she's on maternity leave. We pay a maternity benefit, replacing 60% of her salary for a 12-week period. We also have employment injury-related benefits that can happen to you in the course of your work. You're coming up the step to the studio and you trip and you broke a leg or something. That happens on the job. You cannot come to work for a few weeks, maybe a couple months. You're not going to get your salary. We replace 60% of your salary for the period you are incapacitated as a result of that injury on the job.
Yes. So, and as Mr. Etin was mentioning a few minutes ago, with employment injury, this exposes you to another range of benefits under the employment injury category or branch of benefits that we do. So, for example, injury benefit, that's the one where you are injured, you're unable to work for a period of time. We pay that for up to 26 weeks. So if you're injured consistently for up to 26 weeks, you're unable to work, the doctor gives you a medical for up to that period, we will pay 60% or replace 60% of your earnings for that period. If following that period, you are still unable to work, and you have to abstain from work for an extended period of time, you will get access to disablement benefits. So disablement benefit is payable as a result of employment injury, but beyond the 26 weeks period. And we will pay that for as long as that condition lasts. And in the case of the young lady who was supposed to join us, this is one of the benefits that she's receiving right now. She's disabled and unable to go back into the workforce. And so we have to continue to pay her that benefit for as long as her condition remains that way. If that person is so unfortunate that they die as a result of that injury that they sustain on the job, the dependents of that insured person will have access to what we call a death benefit, right? So the surviving dependents of that insured person, who could be a spouse, that's what the law states, the dependents who can claim for the benefit either has to be a spouse, dependent children who are under the age of 21, unmarried, unemployed, and at school, or in the case of a disabled child, it doesn't matter whatever age the child is. The child could be 40 years old, but they are permanently disabled. Then that child can claim for that benefit. And in the absence of those eligible dependents, dependent parents or grandparents of that insured person who the person was taken care of while they were alive, who is over the age of 65, can claim for that benefit. Now, the interesting thing to note with employment injury is that you do not necessarily have to make any contributions into the program. Once you are registered from day one of entering that workforce and this condition or this thing happened to you, you have access to employment injury benefits. But the important thing is that you must be registered from day one. So from the first day of work, Mr. Peltier, you enter Q95 FM, you're an employee of this organization and you get injured on the job. As Ms. Etienne indicates, you may fall on the step or something of that nature, and you are injured. Then you have access to those benefits once you will registered and insured under the Social Security program. It doesn't matter that you had not worked for a month as yet and no contributions would have been paid for you. And also with employment injury, we have what we call medical expenses. So you have medical expenses as a result of that injury that you sustain on the job, or as a result of that work-related condition, that work-related disease that you contract. In the course of your employment, you have access to medical expenses up to $7,000. And those expenses would include things like if you have to do prosthetics, probably you have to do therapy, you have to do hospitalization, you have costs for transportation, and so on and so forth. Up to $7,000, you can get reimbursed for those expenses.
Related
but
to that condition.
All of those must be related to that condition, that injury you got on the job, or that disease that you contracted as a result of your employment.
What is the formula? Because I've heard people complain they've been waiting for the benefits for weeks and nothing is coming in. They've been maybe pregnant, just made a baby, and they've not gotten some benefits because of the formula that you use.
Is it the formula or the timing?
Or the timing. That's
okay. So the formula is those short-term benefits are paid at the rate of 60% of your earnings for the period you are abstaining from work. So if you're sick, the pregnant woman is on maternity leave, somebody got an injury on the job, the formula is 60% of your earnings for the period you are incapacitated and staying away from work. In terms of delays, because of sometimes the volume of claims that you have to deal with, because the claims are coming in fast and furious every day, they come in by the hundreds and we're processing them in the order in which they come. I just had a situation where somebody called me this afternoon and said she's been on maternity leave since September, but the claim just reached her office last week. How long is it going to take to start paying her? So unless the claim comes in and is properly completed, you cannot process the claim. So if you receive the medical from a doctor and you pass it to your employer who has to complete a section of it and then submit it to us, unless it reaches us, we can do nothing with it. But in the ordinary course of things, everything being equal, if a claim reaches us within a week, 2 weeks at most, you should get your payment once everything is in order. Barring unforeseen things where you have a bulk of claims that are coming, that the numbers are overwhelming. Within 2 weeks, you should, because we're processing those claims on a daily basis as they come.
So the timeline is usually about 2 weeks?
Usually 2 weeks, and that's the ideal situation. It comes in this week, by next week you should get your payment, because every week we're processing those payments.
Okay.
And another thing that would typically cause a delay, so sometimes when persons have multiple employers,
yes,
we have to wait to receive the medicals from each employer that the person has.
Regular
And so when you have
understand.
multiple employers,
Okay,
you're
okay, I
working
get
for
you.
more than one person.
Okay.
Each employer is supposed to submit the medical on your behalf. So there are instances where one employer may have submitted the medical and we are still waiting on the other employers to submit it. So that is something that would cause a delay in the processing of your claim as well.
Because you can be sick for one employer and well for the other employer. So that the employer you claim to be sick with will not be paying your salary, but the other employer you're going to work and they're paying contributions for you, and we can't be paying you benefit while you're receiving salary.
Oh,
Yeah? We're replacing salary that you cannot receive because you're in a situation. That is why we have to pay you a benefit. So if you're working somewhere and you're getting salary, you're not supposed to be getting benefit from us. Because the benefit is supposed to
It's almost like a conflict.
Yes, indeed. So you have situations where somebody can have a beef with somebody in the office, and because of that, they want to submit a medical to that office where they have that beef and go to their other job. That's not practical.
That happens?
It happens. It happens. Because people claim sick leave not because they're genuinely sick, but because whatever. So you cannot be receiving benefit from us and receiving salary for another employer. Both employers have to submit. You have to be sick for both. Because there is a conflict. You can receive salary and benefit at the same time.
Interesting. Interesting. Let's engage our friends there.
So that they are receiving benefits that are referred to as long-term benefits. Benefits that do not accrue to you when you first start working. You do not get, when you start working in your late teens, early 20s, you do not become pensionable for another 30, 40 years down the road. The average young person, when they start working, they're not thinking of disability. I mean, things can happen at any point in time. But you expect maybe closer to retirement age when things start changing, your health conditions start deteriorating, then you might become permanently unable to work. So those are benefits that are payable, over an extended period of time. When we start paying you, it can be paid for many years, sometimes for the rest of a person's life. So LUFA is in that category. That is getting a benefit that is payable until death do us part. Mr. Blaise. He's receiving invalidity because he's not yet pensionable, but he's suffering from some condition that makes it impossible for him to go to work, the kind of work that he was doing. So he's getting a benefit now because he cannot go to work. And that benefit can continue. If he continues to in that condition, up to pensionability, it can continue up to that age, at which point it will be converted to an age benefit. So the long-term benefits are payable over an extended period, more than a year, in most cases for the remainder of a person's life. So So LUFA has been enjoying this for some time. Mr. Blaise, not too long ago, he started receiving that benefit, but I'm sure he will tell you it's a good thing that this is there because in his present condition, those things he needs to take care of. If he were not getting that, he may not be able to the extent that he's able to.
Okay,
now, it may not be everything because he's not getting his full salary, but imagine the absence of that.
Before I introduce your guest here, let's take a phone call. Hello, yes?
Yes, good afternoon, Matt, and good afternoon to your social security people that there.
Okay.
Yeah, right now we're hearing that reconfirmation fees were in the air. And we're hearing that we have to maybe have an ID. Does somebody really have to be working in Dominica to get a social security ID? And how much is it right about now? Because in America, for the time a person is born as an American citizen, they get a social security number. They have that's there for them. I'm asking that question. Will all you be readily making that available to people that really born in Dominica and they're not working, especially farmers and so, that need an ID card to reconfirm? Thank you.
Okay, caller, thanks for that.
Yeah.
We are not issuing ID cards. We are issuing a social security card to a bona fide registered contributing worker. And if you have that card, everywhere accepts it as a valid form of ID. We're not like America where you get a social security number at birth. The social security card is an indication that you are a registered contributing member of social security and you're only required to register and contribute when you are working and earning.
So it's not a national ID.
No. It is accepted as a form of ID, but it is not an ID that we're issuing because everybody will not have one. You have to work at some point for you to get a social security card. It becomes an ID card because you have your photo on it, your name and certain things about yourself on it. But it is not an ID card that anybody can just come and request and get it.
Okay, so it's not a national ID card.
No, it's not. It's a social security card. I heard you. Hope you understand, Blue. Okay. Yeah. So we're not like America where you get a number at birth.
Yeah.
For now, everybody who has been a part of social security. You think that should change, though? That whether it should change, there are pros and cons to that. because Social Security is a contributory program that says if you pay contributions while you're working, you have access to benefits at certain time in the future. If you have a card and you never contribute, you're not going to have access to any benefit. And to me, the benefit is more important to you than the card. So you don't necessarily have to have a card. You have a number. You do have a card in your possession, but you register and contributions are being paid. It's recorded against your number. When you get down the road, you'll have access to a benefit. But you have a card for 30 years flashing around that you can use everywhere to do everything you want to do. And at 65, you cannot even get a little lump sum from Social Security because no contribution was paid. It is the contributions that is giving you access to the benefits, not the card.
All right, somebody's asking another question there. Questions coming there. Good afternoon, Matt. Please ask them this question for me. I was on sick leave and I signed my payment for the firm. I work with them to pay me in full and the DSS refund them. DSS refunded me instead. I did not get my percentage pay from the firm. What do I do? And did have a right to stop what I requested?
I have a right to do what?
In other words, she said to tell the firm, pay her in full.
No. We cannot tell the firm to pay her in full. The firm may decide that they will pay her in full. And if they do, in collaboration with the applicant will tell us the employer has paid them in full, so therefore refund the employee. But we cannot tell the employer to pay the person in full. It's an arrangement that the employer would have with the employee and informs us that they've paid them their full salary, all of which will not be salary because for the period they're sick, they're not getting salary. So if they pay them their full salary, it's like the employer is advancing them the benefit we're supposed to pay and we refund the employer the benefit portion. So if it's not an arrangement that they have, the employee cannot dictate to the employer to pay them in full and ask us to refund. They shouldn't do that. If the employer don't pay them in full, they should claim their benefit and let us pay them directly.
Okay, let's see if we can take a phone call because, let's see. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes? I'm sorry, I'll call back. Are you there? Hello? Caller, are you there or you're not? Let's take another phone call. Are you there?
Something that just strikes my mind there as you say you have to be working. So can you tell me all the people that are employed under NEP, do all of them have their Social Security card?
I can tell you definitely that they all have, but they should. Because you should not be working in this state without being registered and contributions being paid for you. There are some people who may choose not to register, and if they never come to register, they wouldn't have a card. But to the extent that they're working and they come forward, they will have a card.
So NEP workers pay contributions?
Of course.
Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes. Mr. Etienne, I want to ask you a question. There are many people who work in Dominica. They work in various places. But the people that they work for, they never paid Social Security for them. And they just have to go all the way without nothing. So I was asking about that. If these people they work for, they can identify where they worked before. If these people could get this kind of thing, Social Security thing.
Are you there, caller?
I said, if people that work various places and they never get Social Security card because the people never pay anything for them. But if they can identify various places they work and assurance of that, if they would still give these people a Social Security thing.
You're talking about?
Yeah.
So the person is supposed to register once they start working because you want to be insured from day one because of the fact that you're exposed to risk on the job. You can get into an injury on the first day during the first few days that you start working there. So you're supposed to get registered from day one. You come and register, you say that person is going to engage you. The person signs and stamps the form. We register you, we give you a number, we give you a card. You take the card to that employer so they can record your number in their wage records and pay contributions for you going forward. You have the card from that point on. You stop working with that employer after 5 years. You go with another employer, your number doesn't change. You just provide that new employer your number so they can deduct and continue paying against your number.
Hello, caller, yes?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, a while ago, Mr. Etienne and his team just mentioned that persons who are in receipt of employment injury benefit, so as long as they are registered, they will be entitled to whatever benefit is accruing to them. So I want to know, similarly, if someone is a Social Security contributor and has only paid, let's say, for 5 years and has stuck down the road, and that person consequently dies, will they be entitled to the burial benefit? In other words, what is the criteria for receiving the burial benefit? Thank you.
Yeah. You said something about registered, and I missed something, it slipped me. But once you register, and so it's not registration that gives you benefit, it's the payment of contributions. Because it's a contributory program. All of the benefits that we pay have a contribution requirement that you need to have made a certain number of contributions for you to qualify for that benefit. It's a contributory program. So having the card is not going to necessarily give you access to a benefit. But if you pay contributions, you will have access to various benefits. But it is when the particular event, sickness has stricken, the woman becomes pregnant, somebody sustains an injury or contracts a disease on the job, somebody becomes disabled, somebody becomes pensionable, somebody dies. It is those events that triggers a payment, the payment of a particular benefit when that event happens, not before, not later. So if the person creates contributions for 5 years and dies, yes, the person would have access to the burial grant. Or not the person, but the person who is responsible for burying the deceased person will be able to get a burial grant towards the expense of burying that person who has died. And if the person died leaving dependents behind, a spouse and or dependent children, the spouse and dependent children can have access to a survivor's benefit for a while as well. So there are a range of benefits that are available, but it is triggered by a specific event at the time the event happens, not sooner, not later. So you can be a healthy, strong person working for many years, paying for 30 years. You never got sick. You're not a woman who ever got pregnant, so you never got a benefit from Social Security. But you don't know at what moment something is going to happen. So in the next instance, you can suddenly be stricken by a stroke and you become unable to work for the rest of your life. At that moment, you will be able to access that benefit, even if you haven't got a sickness for how many years that you've been paid.
And it's important to note, too, Mark, that all the benefits we offer have various qualifying conditions. There's a certain number of credits that you need to have or contributions that you need to have for you to access those benefits. So there may be instances where, yes, you're paying contributions, but at the time that that event happened to you, you do not have the required number of contribution credits to enable you to qualify to receive that particular benefit.
All right, let's go to, of course, our guest in studios. I'm sure Mr. Luther is eager to talk. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Luther.
Very good afternoon to you, sir, and good afternoon to Mr. Etienne and his team, and good afternoon, sir.
Well, tell me, Mr. Luther, you've been enjoying the benefit.
Well, let me begin by telling you, I retired in 2002. But at that time, I was not entitled to the benefit. Because at that time, I was not 60. Right? I was 55. I signed for 55 with the government.
Why so early?
Matt, when I entered the service and I saw people retiring, I said, I'm not going to stay all that time in the service. Yeah. So when they came to the school for registration, I signed for 55. You understand? But it didn't really matter because, as Mr. Etienne said, during those times, I never got sick. I never got any benefit at all during those times. You understand? So when I retired, I got my full benefit. Okay? When I reached the age of 60, I got a nice check. Anyway, I came here this afternoon for one particular reason. It's to encourage the people who are working, especially the young people, to join the Social Security. And as Mr. Etienne and the other lady have been telling you, you don't know when are you going to get disabled or you're going to be sick or something like that. And I always tell people the Social Security is a very good organization. I'm enjoying it right now because I'm getting government pension and I'm still getting Social Security. Because I was employed before 1976.
Oh.
That's why.
So you're sitting pretty right now.
I didn't say I'm sitting pretty, but I will tell you what, even though I'm enjoying it, now that the sickness has appeared, that Mr. Etienne is saying, right? Now that the sickness, because only on, Mr. Etienne, only on today, what, Wednesday? Yesterday I went to see the doctor, And the doctor wanted to give me a paper to bring for Social Security. I said, but I'm enjoying my benefit already. So even though I bring it doesn't mean anything. So what I did, I told the doctor to just give me a few days off from work. And I brought it to the employer. You understand? So this is one of the advantages that you have. You understand? And I'll also say that some people abuse it. They're always sick. and Mr. Etienne knows that. Some people, they abuse the benefits and always sick. Whereas they're not sick. But the day you will get sick, that is when the problem will start. So I'm encouraging the young people who are working, and especially those who are how you call them again? Daily paid worker or self-employed, or you're working on contract, join the Social Security. Because as Mr. Etienne have been saying since afternoon, you don't know when you're going to, you'll be in need. Okay.
All right, so let's see, before we get, I suspect some other people are calling, before we get to the next guest here this afternoon. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Hi, good afternoon to Mark Peltier, my boy Lollipop. Good afternoon to the young lady. Good afternoon to the deputy president, Mr. Etienne. And good afternoon to Sir Lufa. 50 years and more of good teaching service, and he's still teaching. They say give a person their flowers when they're alive, not when they're dead. Social Security is there. Last week, Wednesday, on Thomas Slater, I give them all their flowers. Max Atselufa was saying, right, the best thing we have is the National Social Security, my brother. Social Security is my lifesaver, my boy, my miracle rescue angel, right? We always get our money in time every fortnight, Wednesday. If the money is not there, it's not Social Security, because it have to go through National Bank and then to credit union. It's credit union that is the problem, the whole up, and have people making noise for their money. Sir Lufa can tell you how I marry number 1007 boom. When they come for their money, Hatley Adams the brain, and they don't get the money, Marlene Detush, that fighting and talking in the credit union for them to get their money. They don't make noise. They sit down and all they say, how come their money not there? All today, Wednesday, is Social Security fortnight. But I inside, so I say I will go for it either Friday, my own. So may God bless Mrs. Janice Jajak, the best president in Social Security, her deputy, Mr. Etienne, and all the other people that work in there, my nephew, Tony Detush, all the other people. May God bless all you, protect all you, guide all you, reach and reach for the star, and never give up. God bless Q95, God bless Matt, God bless Selufa. This is for Social Security. Long live Social Security.
All right, Marlon, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Long live Social Security.
Yes, and Social Security is expected to live long, in perpetuity, indefinitely until the last surviving.
You're sure the retirement will not change?
The what? Things can change, but it is expected to be there to provide benefit to the last surviving contributor.
All right, somebody's asking the question. Matt, before I get to you, my young man, the young lady explained that one needs to have paid up a certain amount in order to qualify for benefits. Let's say that you are 2 months quota short of qualifying and something happens to you. Where now would you require, when you would require assistance? Can you point out 3 quarters at once to order to qualify for the benefit? Can you pay 3 quarters? Like, okay, so you run short, you're missing 2 months to pay. Can you pay this too?
The thing is, you're supposed to be paying the contributions as you're working and earning.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
No. You're supposed to be paying the contributions as you work and earn. If you fail to make the payments and you get to a point where you need to access a benefit, and at the time you need to access the benefit, you have not made the number of contributions, you cannot come and make it good just for you to access the benefit.
You understand?
I understand.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you are self-employed person are supposed to be paying quarterly, try to keep your contributions consistent. So, and then if you were to the age and you short of something, you cannot at that point come and pay just to qualify. It should have happened before. And you have 30, 40 some years we're going to contribute to qualify for at least 10 to pay for at least 10 years to qualify for a pension. You get to 65 when you short of how many weeks. We can't at that time let you pay it.
On the telephone, yes. Coming back to you. Are you there, caller?
Good afternoon, Matt. Matt, good afternoon to your panel, Mr.
Yes.
Ken and the others. A question I wanted to ask is, can I come to Social Security and find out what my number of credits are? For example, I'm not working, but I'm not a pension age, but I'm not working. And it's not like I can pay contributions if I'm not working. Can I come? And I have always been working. So can I come and hello?
Yes. You can come.
You can come or you can call, but always quote your Social Security number. That is how we can best identify you. Don't give me your name because the name you give me might not be the name I know you by, and all kind of problems can happen. Quote your Social Security number for me when you come or when you call on the phone, and we can give you that information. In fact, we encourage people to do that. Don't just wait for when you need to access a benefit to do that, because that might be a little too late.
Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll come back to this gentleman when we come back.
Register with Social Security. Make sure your employers pay, cause some of them do pay. Make sure they pay your Social Security. Secure your age pension when you're old. Invalidity pension when health has left you cold. Survival pension secure for your spouse and your children. Life and health are unpredictable. Don't take risks. You can't afford to gamble. Secure yourself with Social Security. I said that. Social Security. It put you know.
As Mr. Etienne, you can introduce our next guest.
Yeah. Okay, so we have another gentleman who is in the studio with us. His name is Richard Blaise, and he's in receipt of another benefit called invalidity benefit. That's a benefit that's paid to somebody who is not yet 60 years old, but who is rendered permanently incapable of working because they're suffering from a condition that is either permanent or likely to be permanent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're not yet pensionable and you cannot go to work. There is a benefit that you can receive.
Mr. Blaise, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Not too bad today.
Okay, let's hear your story and how are you benefiting right now with Social Security?
Okay, I used to work at the Dominican Electricity Company.
Okay.
And I fell ill, and I was admitted at the hospital. And while there, I was told that I was found to have kidney failure.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I had a few meetings with my doctor and everything. And then after coming to terms with the condition and everything, then I had to meet with the lady from the Dominican Social Security. And then after having a few discussions with her, with my employer and everything, and then after discussing what will happen with me after my employment was terminated, the lady and myself, we sat down and we came to an agreement on what would happen with me on my Social Security. And to my surprise, I was very surprised because as a young man growing up, my father was the person who instilled in me that from the time I started working, pay my Social Security. And hand it over to the company I used to work for. One of the first things that used to come out on our paycheck was Social Security and government taxes. And I was very happy to see that at the time when I needed it back, that it was there for me. And like the gentleman said, it will not be what I used to make as my salary. It will not pay me so that I can live a lavish lifestyle, but it meets my needs. I can buy my medication and I can live a comfortable lifestyle.
So you have no regrets paying those benefits?
No, actually, in accordance with Salufa, I would encourage everybody. The first thing you do when you start working, well, the first thing I did when I started working, my first month's salary, I gave it to my family.
Okay.
As a form of respect to give my mom and dad, like first month's salary I give to my family. Your next month's salary, set your
goals.
Your goals. One of the first things you need to do is put together for your future. And one of the first things you have to think of for your future is your social security. Because my father had kidney failure. So when my father had kidney failure, it changed our entire family. Our entire family decided to change how we ate, how we lived, how we thought of food, how we thought of life on a whole. And I still end up getting kidney failure. So there is no telling how you can get sick and when you can get sick and how sick you can get. So there's nothing wrong in taking precaution and making sure that you have something to fall back on.
That's right.
And if I did not have something to fall back on right now, I have a son to think of, I have a wife to think of, I have an elderly mother to think of. And how would I be able to do with all that without getting my benefits?
Special testimony there.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Because he made an important point. And when you're working, you have access to 100% of your salary. You're paying a small percentage of your salary as social security contributions, and he's not even responsible so much for putting that aside. The employer was required to deduct and pay for him. If he were working for himself, he would have had to do it for himself. But under the law, the employer is the agent who has to do that for him. But he made an important point that you have to start putting something aside. So in addition to the social security, although the state has put social security in place to protect everybody who participates, we still have responsibility to make alternative arrangements, because the social security pension alone may not be sufficient for us to live comfortably in retirement. But trust me, for the majority of us, that is all we have to depend on, because even if we want to, we cannot afford to, and we have not been able to save as we ought to have. But because we participated in social security, we can rest assured that as sure as the sun will rise tomorrow morning, once you qualify at the material time, you have to continue to get your benefit until you die.
Let's take a phone
ifs,
call.
no buts.
We don't have too much more time, but we'll take a phone call or two. Yes, hello, talk to me. Yeah? Time.
Yes, good afternoon, Matt, and also the representative of Social Security, and Mr. Blaise and Mr. Lufa, my boy. Now, what I'm saying is that it pays to get up and work. It pays to work, because right now that is what I am getting my benefit from. And I'm talking to the young people that take in front, people in front take you on. Because why? Once you have the strength, the courage, go get work to do, and then contribute to the social security, because at the end of the exercise, when you reach 60 and above, that will be like an insurance. That will be an employment by receiving your benefits. Now, let me support Marlene and Tisha Lufa again. Social Security, one thing they say early. But the problem is that when they wire the money to the National Bank taking time. When they send it to the credit union, that is where the problem lies. So I believe the Social Security is supposed to get the bank on their toes, So anyhow, thank you very much, Social Security, and God bless you all.
Another testimony there, 449. But somebody else is totally against the story of the Social Security. Let me just read this, and of course, we'll allow you guys to wrap up.
Okay.
She says, Matt, survivor's benefit is a lie. My mother died after paying Social Security for 40 years, and because I wasn't going to school and already an adult, I got nothing from Social Security except a tip to help bury my mother. How do you respond to that?
Social Security, the person not paying Social Security, not paying Social Security for their child, they're paying Social Security for themselves to get a benefit when they cannot have access to their salary. The law recognizes that there are situations where you as the breadwinner can die and leave dependents behind who cannot fend for themselves. If the person is a hard-back person, working, whatever, what they want to have access to the parents' money for. The parent is paying the contributions for themselves. If you were young, at school, unemployed, or you are a disabled child, you would get the benefit, but you're supposed to be paying your own contribution to get your benefit when something happens to you. That is what it is. I don't see why people have to say things are lies. Everything we do is done by law. So the law says who can qualify, how and when not. So you cannot say it's a lie, because if you are an adult person working for your money, why you want to expect to benefit from it? What if your mother had gotten, she died at how, 40 years?
No, she
died after 40 years.
She worked for 40 years.
She worked for 40 years. But her mother would have gotten benefit while she was there. And by the time she died, she might have gotten more than what she had paid in already into the system.
Strong response.
And just to add
Yes,
to that,
hello,
that
yeah.
this individual, if they are working to pay their own contributions so that when something happens to them, they can benefit from the system by virtue of their
own
contributions to the program.
All right, let's take off. Oh boy, time. Time is the essence. Hello, talk to me quickly, please.
Yes, at last. Mr. Moneyman, you know this, that you're not going to answer.
Answer already.
Mr. Etienne, I know you were waiting for Lucy a long time.
You okay?
I good. You know this story. When they used to give me my pay slip, my money from Social Security come out from it long time, and I didn't get this salary. I used to say, boy, all that money comes from my money before I get my check. Boy, I'm not going to pay it, I just taking it, I'm not going to pay it. But God bless, I didn't do that. God bless, I didn't do that because God bless Social Security. The ending, I was always satisfied, but now as things go harder and harder, things are more expensive, it just cannot do a lot of what it could do for you this day. But apart from that, God bless Social Security.
Let's take our final call. Thank you, Lucille. Another testimony, of course, glowing remarks for the Social Security. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes, Mr. Etienne, people will talk, but don't feel bad. I satisfied with what I get in. Half a loaf is better than none.
All right, Marlon, let's allow another call there because we don't have too much time. Hello, yeah.
Alternative, eh? We have to think of the alternative.
Yes.
We cannot promise you your salary because you're giving us a small percentage, but at least you're getting.
Oh, somebody's on the line there. Hello, yes.
Long time right now too. I want to just say kudos to Social Security, and I want to encourage all young people to definitely make sure once they are working that they enroll with Social Security, because when you become old, that is another thing you're going to depend on that. So, Matt, kudos to Social Security. God bless them.
God bless you. God bless you.
No, thank you.
Folks, we're going to take one final call and we'll wrap it up. Hello, talk to me, yes? And we'll allow Luther and the team to say hi. Yes?
Yes, Matt.
Yes, please.
Quickly, there are young people who are going to these jobs with their forms, and the people are telling them, no, we're not paying Social Security. What should they do when you encounter a job like that?
A quick answer?
They cannot tell them, no, they're not paying Social. If that happens, they can come to us and we will take action. The employer is not supposed to engage a person in work for pay without ensuring that they are socially secured. It can happen, but if the person does nothing about it, we may not know. But if we know, we can take action against the employer. It is the employee's right for them to get that protection. They need it. They need it.
All right, let's go around the table. Lucas, final comments?
Mr. Etienne, I heard a comment a while ago and I was not satisfied at all, where some people say they get paid late. I'm one of these persons, give Jack his jacket and Jack in a lipstick. When they get paid early, you don't hear any comment. You understand? When they get paid early, I remember Friday, they got paid, right? Early. It's not Social Security that pays you late. Sometimes the transaction goes to the bank and it takes a while, right? But the thing is, you will get paid. That is the problem. I don't know what is wrong with some people. And the last thing I want to say, Matt, when you get your Social Security, don't use all your money, save.
Indeed. Social Security doesn't pay late, In fact, we pay pensions. People that claiming sickness benefit can say they sometimes experience delay in getting their payment in a timely manner. But the pensioners, once they qualify at the material time, it's their debt that stops it. We actually pay in advance. So when they pay, the people who are being paid fortnightly, they receive their fortnightly pay in the first week of the fortnight. In the first week of the fortnight. The people who are getting paid monthly, they get paid their monthly pension in the penultimate week before the last Saturday in the month. So that invariably by the time a person dies, Social Security might have paid them for some days after they die that we have to recover. Because once you qualify, it's your debt that stops it. We don't have to wait. We just continue to pay you because it's your debt that stops it. It just revolves and continues going.
Any final comments, young man, before you go?
All I can say is pay your Social Security. It's very important. You never know what happens, and you never know how life is going to turn out for you.
Thank you. Young lady?
And for my final words, Matt, I just want to encourage particularly the self-employed persons out there. We heard Mr. Blaze's story, and had his situation been different, he did not have an employer to deduct the contributions on his behalf, and he was left to pay it on his own as a self-employed person. And he did not do that. Right now, he would be wondering how is he going to take care of himself and his family. So we can see that Social Security is not just for old people, Matt. That things can happen to you at any time. It doesn't matter your age. So that's why at Social Security, we say that we are there to protect people from the cradle to the grave. Because at any time in your life, some situation, something may happen to you, something may befall you, and you have to come to Social Security for a benefit. You are sick while you're working. During your working life, you have access to sickness benefits. You're a pregnant woman, you have to abstain from work to have a baby. We pay your maternity benefits. And we also pay a maternity grant to assist you with caring for that baby. You are injured on the job. You suffer from a medical work-related condition. You have access to employment injury benefits. When you get older in life, you attain the age like Mr. Lufa, you have access to your age pension until you die. And even after your death, if you're behind surviving dependents, we pay those dependents a benefits. When you die, we also assist with your burial expenses. And in the case of Mr. Blaze, we pay an invalidity benefit to you when you can no longer work. So Social Security is needed at every point in your life. So once you are working, ensure that those contributions are paid on your behalf, that you register and pay the contributions, because registration alone, Matt, is not enough. You have to ensure that you register, but even more importantly, that you pay those contributions so that when a risk, when those things we protect you against happen to you, you can access that benefit and taste the promise that we say we are going to give you. When that thing happens to you, can enjoy it like the rest of our beneficiaries.
Tasting the DSS, of course, promise. Your final comment, Mr. Etienne? You are the big boy there.
But I just want to thank you for the opportunity, and I thank your listeners for their interest. But let them know that Social Security is there for them. They can access the information at the office. They can come to us. They can call us if they need to clarify anything, because we exist to protect the people of Dominica. It's not a favor we're doing people, and my boss always reminds us of that. It is because of the contributors that we are there. So that when a person applies for a sickness benefit, for example, and they inquire about their benefit, we shouldn't take objection to that, because we exist to do that. And if when they have the need, we cannot fulfill the need for them, we're not serving them as we are supposed to. That's what we exist to do. And we take pleasure in doing that. There are difficulties that we encounter sometimes, but we try our best, and we take pride in paying our people their benefit in a timely manner. So people need to recognize that's why we exist, and just come to us, because, at the end of the day, we're there to make a difference, and we're making that difference. We've been doing that for almost 50 years now, and we want to continue doing that indefinitely, because that is our mandate.
Mr. Etienne and your team, thank you very much this afternoon.
Thanks for having us.
Good afternoon.
Bye.
Register with Social Security. Make sure your employers pay, cause some of them do pay. Make sure they pay your Social Security. Secure your age pension when you're old. Invalidity pension when health has left you cold. Survivor's pension, secure for your spouse and your children. Life and health are unpredictable. Don't take risks. You can't afford to gamble. Secure yourself with Social Security. Life better. Social Security. It put you know.
Some laundry detergents may miss the mark when it comes to adding softness to your loads. But fortunately, Dominica, we've got Ensueno fabric softener. Ensueno is the conditioner of laundry care, making your clothes feel butterfly soft. Discover Ensueno fabric softener, long-lasting, nature-inspired fragrances protect your
Okay, boy. Sacrificing and you working so hard. Somebody somewhere wishing you bad. Sometimes my love inside you sad. There's somebody somewhere wishing you bad. It is human nature. We get that culture. We just don't want to see other prosper. So sometimes innocent you make it enemy. Someone you never know nowhere. Fighting hard to keep you down under. Feel like everything you do. Some people for you and some against you. Yeah. And those who are against you. There is nothing they wouldn't do. They will pay to darker than Satan. Use you of everything they can. You know how people just love a gossip. Dragging them through the gutter. It's the history of your mother, but bitch. Through your struggle. Cause when they think you break, they're breaking you down. They're making you stronger. That's life. Mama. Okay, boy. You looking good, but you have it hard. Somebody somewhere wishing you back. Not to say it's something you have. Somebody somewhere wishing you back. And it could even be a friend or family. Envy and jealousy, these are human problems. But anyone who really wants to keep others down, they can't progress, they can't move on, just to keep one down. You must get down with them. Feel like everything you do, some people for you and some against you. Yeah. And those who are against you, there is nothing they wouldn't do. Because your intelligence try to break down your confidence. You know it's easier to mash up than build up. Some will pretend to support you, but that only in front you don't stage. Hold up to your struggle. Because when the thing you break, they're breaking you down. They're just making you stronger. That's life. For real. Mama. Okay, boy. Sometimes you're right, passing for you're wrong. Somebody always wishing you bad. People who have been fighting you tongue. Somebody always wishing you bad. But if you want to win, if your goal is success, then you have to have the heart of a lion. I am a lioness with a passion. But when it comes to carry, so they can do what they want, they can bring me down. You like everything you do. Some people for you and some against you. Yeah. And those who are against you, there is nothing they wouldn't do. Never give jacket, in it, shit is perfect. And if you're not strong, my time will break you down. Not little bit of running, I'm gonna keep on coming regardless. With their biasness, when the things break, they're breaking me down. They're just making me stronger. Who goes there? Stand there. Mama. Okay, boy. wishing you back. My love inside you sad. Somebody wishing you back. Is it human nature? Do we get that culture? We just don't want to see other problem. So sometimes innocent you make it enemy. Someone you never know nowhere. Fighting hard to keep you down.